Good morning everyone and welcome back. I've decided to go long stick today and stick the wide angle lens on to see what kind of difference that makes to things. Not a great deal, it just means that you can see all my vlog pod and everything in the background. But you got these things, you might as well use them, and I've gone for the facial recognition lock today. Well, what can we see today? Let's have a little flip round. It's another lovely sunny morning, a bit fresh and windy. You've got a jack up over there and tank farm, so we're close to anchorage somewhere. I've no idea where we actually are. People always say to me, where are you working? It's like, well, it could be anywhere. I'm just in the middle of a big blue disc somewhere. It doesn't make much difference at all. It is kind of nice to see some land from time to time. But yeah, on the big blue disc, on a boat full of madmen, that's the usual MO. Right, what's been going on today then? Still super windy and super blowy. It is coming down a little bit, and business as usual. We're still waiting for this barge to turn up. So that's going to be a couple more days while that clears. So really, there's absolutely no rush for anything. There's no air diving. The people who sat downstairs are quite happy, and it's just a question of filling your time in and finding something to do. I generally do lots of arts and crafts, do the crossroad, get into a nice easy routine, and try and put all this time to creatively good use. What I've done today is I've tried to improve things for the life support people downstairs, to invent another little thing to make their life a bit easier so they can plug all the food in and not have to load it in individually. That's going to be tested out today. Let's see if that catches on, and maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it does seem to be a good idea. Right, bit of a wet deck here. Looks like somebody has been cleaning all of the dust. I'll just give you a look at the dust, some of this dust that piles up. The shamal, when it blows in, tends to blow, oops, let's get out of the way, tends to blow quite a lot of dust in all the way from sort of northern Iran, and it litters the deck and makes everything a bit dusty and greasy. So occasionally after the wind has stopped blowing, we have a bit of a clear up. So that's what they're doing today. So I'm going to get out of the way in case I get a big burst of high pressure Karcher water being squirted at me. Yeah, okay. What else happening today? Did a bit of other work on my on my ghillie suit. I'm just going to show you something here. You see this little thing here? This little thing sticking up here. This little vent is the galley food blower, and it's possible, if your nose is good, to actually work out what your lunch is by walking past this. It's a Friday today, so I get the impression there's going to be some of our usual Friday biryani we're going to enjoy. It tends to be you can pace out your trip working out how many biryanis you got left, but then they go and throw a spanner in the works by doing a biryani on a Sunday night as well, which has completely thrown me off. Anyway, biryani with a bit of smoked salmon, perhaps some chicken, some poppadoms, a bit of raita. It tends to bookend a week. But on Friday, generally I like to let my hair down and switch off, despite the fact that it's rock around the clock 7 days a week. Things are generally a bit more psychologically relaxed for me on a Friday. I don't know why, it's just like, oh, thank God it's Friday. Nothing different happens. It's just another psychological milestone. So far, we're about, I don't know, what are we now, like 6 or 7 weeks into the trip. We've probably got another like 6 or 7 weeks left of the trip. And everybody's still fresh, but I'm running a little bit low on art supplies, which can be a problem. Anyway, let's go downstairs and say hi to the people down there and see what they've been up to, and have a look at this little pod we've made. And there we are, back in the chamber room. Lovely and windy today, lovely fresh wind coming across. Obviously these little monkeys are in the chamber. They're really enjoying things at the moment because there's no work and they're just all on the big money inside the bin and having a good time with no work. One set of them will be all very, very happy because they're not at the front of the queue, because it could have happened at any moment they could be asked to dive. The other ones will just be at the back of the queue and they'll just be idling, knowing that they've got at least 8 hours before they could be asked to do anything. But they're having a great time. How you doing? You all right? Yeah, so yeah, they're enjoying this weather as much as we are really, but it won't last forever and you just got to make the most of it. So here we are, back in the nerve centre, the old life support, and nothing much is happening, I should imagine. Everything all right, Jalal?
All right, yes.
Fantastic, that's what we like to hear. Good stuff. So, life support. And there we go. That's our little piece of creativity for today. Doesn't look very much. It's made out of 2 old bits of soda sorb and some old string borrowed off a suit, but it's been made exactly to the diameter and length of the medlock. So once the food comes in, it can be immediately sucked out the other side and unloaded, and it saves just a little bit of time. So we'll see how that gets on today. But that small piece of upcycling and engineering kept me occupied for about an hour today, which was fantastic. So yeah, if it works, and it looks like it's a good one, we'll make a couple more, because every little thing to help and make things a bit more efficient is a good thing. So yeah, staying busy. So once again, the endless battle against running out of batteries is underway. If it's not one device that's been filled up and then we've lost battery, and it's another one. And getting all these devices to talk to each other is something of a skill in itself. I've just noticed that the phone's gone down to 22%, and that I don't really want that cutting off. So we're going to head upstairs. I'm going to put a cup of tea on, and then we're going to take it easy for the rest of the shift, which is only another 4 or 5 hours. Here, let's give you a look at some of this stuff. We don't usually see this stuff. Right. Here we've got a lovely, amazing lathe setup and a pillar drill and everything. All of these belong to really the engine room people. You know, grinders and tools and all the rest of it. And they can be a bit sniffy about letting you use things to make things for projects. But if you ask nicely and if you clean up afterwards, they're usually not too bad. They don't like, today one of them was like, don't use all the wood, we might need all the wood for something else. But I managed to convince him that we weren't going to steal all of his supplies, so he left quite happy about that. But yeah, the engine room lot, they tend to do shorter trips than us. They only do like 45 days, so their attitude's generally a bit different. So yeah, other little tribes afloat. Sorry I haven't got anything particularly dynamic to show you today, but there's nothing going on, which is sort of lovely in a way. And we'll see if all the Egyptian boys have finished breathing up all of the oxygen in here. Because once they start going with all that espresso first thing in the morning, by goodness, can they grab it. Here, let's have a little look as we go through. My God, a reverent heart, hush falls. Carry on, folks, as you were. So yeah, that's about the level of it.